Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. Today I am going to start a new topic, probably the last topic from unit number 2, named as PERT. So what is PERT? PERT is Program Evaluation and Review Technique. So this is also one of the type of scheduling technique like CPM. So first of all we will see the definition of PERT. What is PERT? So PERT is probabilistic method where activity times are represented by a probability distribution. So in this also there are different activities. We will draw a network like CPM also. This distribution of activity time is based on three different time estimates made for each activity, which are as follows. So like CPM, so in PERT, directly time is not given. So there are different types of times which are given. On the basis of that, we will calculate the actual time required for the completion of the project. So as far as the definition of PERT is concerned, the distribution of activity time is based on three different time estimates made for each activity. So there are three different time estimates given in the PERT. First is optimistic time estimate, most likely time estimate, and pessimistic time estimates. So depending upon the data given, on the basis of all these estimates, we will draw a network diagram and also find out the duration for completion of the project. So before that, we will see in detail what is optimistic time estimate, what is most likely time estimates, and what is pessimistic time estimates. Okay, so in short, PERT is also one of the type of scheduling technique like CPM. So with the help of this, we can find out the maximum project duration and how we can complete the project duration within the required time. Now we will see the definition of different terms given in the part. So starting with optimistic time estimates denoted by TO. So optimistic time estimates, what is the definition of this? This is the smallest time available to complete the activity. Its name suggests optimistic. Optimize means minimum. Smallest time available to complete the activity. The time estimate is called as optimistic time estimate and it denotes by TO. Next is most likely time estimates denotes by TM. Okay, so this is a normal time. Okay, most likely time is normal time. Normal time is available to complete the activity of the project. It's called as most likely time estimates and denotes by TM. And lastly, pessimistic time estimates. So it denotes by TP. Okay, so this is the maximum time available to complete the activity. Okay, so first of all, optimistic time is smallest time available, most likely time is normal time available to complete the activity, and the pessimistic time is a maximum or largest time available to complete the activity. So all time estimates are given in the PERT. So depending upon the data of given time, there are two formulas. First is expected time or average time calculation and second is for variance calculation. So first of all, we need to calculate expected time to complete the activity. So all the time are given optimistic time, most likely time and pessimistic time. But the actual time is not given. So we have to calculate the expected time or average time to complete the activity depending upon the data given in the time estimates. So the formula is given TE. E denotes the expected time. TE is equal to T0 plus TM plus TP divided by 6. So what is T0? Sorry, T0 or you can denote it TO. So TO is called as optimistic time plus 4 TM. TM is most likely time and TP is pessimistic time. So TO plus 4 TM plus TP divided by 6. This is a formula to calculate the expected time or average time of the activity for it. Now we will take example of PERT. So in front of you, one of the data is given. Activity, estimated duration, different time estimates. TO, TM, TP, the values of all the time estimates are given. TO means optimistic time, TM means most likely time and TP means pessimistic time. So all the values of all the time estimates are given in the data itself. Okay, so depending upon this data, first of all we have to draw a network diagram. Okay, so network diagram is already drawn. So how to draw network diagram with the help of this data? Let us see. Activity number 1 to 2. Activity 1 to 2. Activity 1 to 6. Activity 1 to 6. Then third is activity 2 to 3. Activity 2 to 3. Activity 2 to 4. Activity 3 to 5. Okay, fifth is here. Activity 3 to 5. Next is activity 4 to 5. Activity 4 to activity 5. Activity 6 to activity 7. And activity 5 to activity 8. And lastly activity 7 to activity 8. So in this way, depending upon this data, network diagram is already drawn. So but in this case, like CPM, directly time required for the completion of activity is not given. Okay, so TO, TM and TP values are given. So depending upon the values of TO, TM and TP, that is optimistic time, most likely time and pessimistic time. Depending upon this data, we have to find out first value of expected time. So all of you know the formula of expected time, calculation of expected time is equal to TO plus 4Tm plus Tp divided by 6. So this is formula to calculate the exact time, or we can say expected time of the given date. In CPM, activity duration is directly given, but in PERT, activity duration is not directly given. The duration is given in the form of TO, TM and TP, that is optimistic time, most likely time and pessimistic time. So depending upon the data of all three time estimates, we need to calculate the actual time or expected time of completion of activity. So depending upon this, here we have formula TE is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6. So we need to calculate the expected time, TE, expected time of that activity. For example, activity 1 to 2, we need to calculate the expected time here. Okay, first of all we need to add two columns here, TE and sigma square. Okay, sigma square is standard deviation and TE is expected time. Okay, so depending upon the data, we first calculate the expected time of activity 1 to 2. Okay, so what is formula? TO plus 4TM plus TP. So what is TO? 1 plus 4 into what is TM? 7 and TP 13 divided by 6. Okay, it comes 7. Okay, so we need to write down here 7. Likewise, do the calculation for activity second, that is activity 1 to 6. What is TO? Here 2 plus 4 into TM. 2 plus TM is equal to 3, it's 5 plus TP 14 divided by 6. Okay, it comes 6. So we need to write down here 6. Likewise for activity 2 to 3, use same formula. TO is 2 plus 4 into TM. TM is 14 and again TP is 26 divided by 6. Okay, so here answer comes 14. So we need to write down here 14. Okay, so likewise do the calculation for remaining activity, and the value of T comes 5, 11, 7, 11, 4 and 18. Okay, so depending upon the data and the formula, the values of T are in front of you. Okay, now calculate sigma square. So sigma square is equal to TP minus TO divided by 6 bracket square. So use this formula to calculate sigma square value for each and every activity. For example, activity 1 to 2. What is value of TP, that is pessimistic time? 13. 13 minus TO, value of TO for activity 1 to 2, 1, divided by 6 bracket square. Okay, 2 square 4, it comes 4. Okay, again do the calculation for next activity, activity 1 to 6. 1 to 6 having a value of TP 14 minus T0 2 divided by 6 bracket square. 14 minus 2, 12 divided by 6 to 4. Okay, activity comes 4. Okay, likewise do the calculation for all remaining activities. So depending upon this formula and the data, here are the values of sigma square, remaining values. 16, 1, 4, 4, 16, 1 and 16. So all these are the values of TE and sigma square. Okay, and to calculate the project duration, you need to consider T value for this network. Now we will use the values of expected time, TE values, for the calculation of project duration. So in this network diagram, put the values of expected time for the concerned activity. For example, activity 1 to 2 having expected time of 7 days or 7 weeks. 1 to 6, 6 days. 2 to 3, 14 days. 2 to 3, 14 days. 2 to 4, 5 days. 2 to 4, 5 days. 3 to 5, 11 days. 3 to 5, 11 days. 4 to 5, 7. 4 to 5, 7. Okay, duration may be in weeks or maybe in days. So depending upon that, we need to focus on that. 4 to 5. Okay. 6 to 7, 11. 6 to 7, 11. 5 to 8, 4. 5 to 8, 4. And lastly 7 to 8, 18. 7 to 8, 18. So in this way, the expected time of concerned activity is calculated. Now we will calculate the values of TE and TL, that is early start time and latest allowable time. Okay, so depending upon the data given and plotted a network, we will calculate first of all values of TE with the help of forward pass method. So as usual, at 0th day T is equal to 0. At event number 2, TE will be 0 plus 7, 7. At event number 3, value of TE will be 7 plus 14, 21. Likewise, for event number 4, 7 plus 5, TE will be 12. Now, at event number 2, there are two activities coming to the event number 5. Activity 3 to 5 and activity 4 to 5. Okay, so we will see which value is more, because for TE we will consider more value or extra value. So TE 21 plus 11, here we can see 32, and 12 plus 7, 19. So we will consider maximum value for TE for event number 5, that is 32. Okay, so likewise from this way TE for event number 6 will be 0 plus 6, 6. For event number 7, TE will be 6 plus 11, 17. Okay, only one last event is remaining. At event number 8, activity 5 to 8 and activity 7 to 8 comes. Again we will consider more value. 32 plus 4, 36, and 17 plus 18, 35. So which value is more? 36. So we will consider TE maximum 36. Okay, so in this way all the values of TE with the help of forward pass method is. Now we will calculate values of TL, that is latest allowable time, with the help of backward pass method. So let us see TL. The value of TL as usual equal to the project duration 36. For event number 7, TL value will be 36 minus 18, 18. For event number 6, TL value will be equal to 18 minus 11, that is 7. Now we will go from this way. 36 minus 4, TE for event number 5 will be equal to 32. Okay, for event number 3, TL value will be 32 minus 11, 21. Okay, from this way, 32 minus 7, TE will be 25. For event number 2, from event number 2, there are two activities diverging from event number 2. Therefore, we will take minimum value for TL. Previously, for event number 5, we have considered maximum value for T. But with the help of backward pass method, we will consider minimum value for T, where two activities are diverging. So at this point, at event number 2, two activities 2 to 3 and activity 2 to 4 diverge. Therefore, we will take minimum value from both. So 25 minus 5, 20, and here 21 minus 14, that is 7. So we will consider minimum value. Minimum is 7. So TL for event number 2 will be 7. And lastly, event number 1 is remaining. Okay, from this way, when you calculate TL, then 7 minus 6, 1. And from this way, 7 minus 7, 0. So we will consider minimum value TL 0. So in this way, we have calculated all the values of TE and TL with the help of forward pass method and backward pass method. Now we will see which is the critical path. Okay, so there are two conditions which must be fulfilled. First of all the TE and TL values from the path will be equal, should be equal, like this: TE0, TL0, TE7, TL7, like these. All the values of TE and TL will be same or equal from that path. That path is called as critical path, and also it should indicate the maximum project duration. So now we will calculate project duration from three ways. We have three ways: from this way, from this way, and from this way. Okay, first of all we will calculate from this way. 7 plus 14 plus 11 plus 4, total 36. So in this way, TE and TL is 0. T7, T is equal to 7, TL is equal to 7. 21, 21, 32, 32, 36, 36. So this criteria fulfills. That means this is a critical path. So we will show the critical path with the help of double line. Okay. So critical path is one to two, two to three, three to five, and 5 to 8. And project duration is equal to 36. That means 36 weeks. Let us consider these estimated durations are given in the week. Therefore, 36 weeks. So this is critical path and this is a maximum project duration, with the help of this network diagram. At last, we can cross verify the values of expected time duration. Also, we have to find out the project length variance sigma square and project length standard deviation sigma. So firstly, we have critical path 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 to 3 to 5 and 5 to 8. So with the help of network diagram already we have calculated the project duration 36 weeks. But with the help of this trick also we can cross verify the expected project duration. Critical path 1 to 2. So let us circle the activity 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 5 and 5 to 8. Okay, these are the activities on critical path. Also you can circle the expected time duration. So 1 to 2 7, 2 to 3 14, 3 to 5 11 and lastly 5 to 8 4. So make addition of all these. 7 plus 14 plus 11 plus 4. You can get answer 36 weeks. Also similarly project length variance sigma square. So similarly you can circle sigma square values for in front of the critical path activities. 2 to 3 16, 4 and 5 to 8 lastly 1. Make addition of all these sigma square values. 4 plus 16 plus 4 and plus 1. Total 25. Okay, and similarly you can calculate project length standard deviation sigma. So sigma square is equal to 25, therefore sigma is equal to 5. So in this way the program evaluation and review technique part is over. Hope you understood whole concept. Thank you.